Hi, it's Allie from Allie J Boutique, and this is podcast number 2. And I am coming to you from a little cute room in the upstairs of Lulu Beans in Wilmer. And I am here with 2 gals that I have met recently who have an amazing experience that they are going through right now. They are high school seniors, and they have the opportunity to take a class that is very unique and interesting. And so I wanted to kind of pick their brains and see what they are doing in this class and how it came to be. So I am with Alex and Emily, and I'm just going to get right into it here, asking them some questions. But please stay tuned until the end of this podcast because we have a really cool giveaway to share with our listeners. So let's get right into it here. Emily, I'm going to start with you. Can you tell us basically how you heard about the special class that you're taking, what the name of it is, who the teacher is? Just give us the details.
Okay, well, I'm Emily, and the class is called Candio High CEO. It's run by Tyler Gerking. We go to businesses every single day, and we meet before school at 7:15 all the way till 8:45. Going to businesses, learning how they got successful and learning from their failure and what to do and what not to do. And we just go around the businesses, and it's a great networking opportunity. And at the second half of the business, or of the class, we will start our very own businesses. And so it's run for juniors and seniors at Wilmer, NLS, and ACGC. So the second half of the class is just starting our own businesses, and it's a real business. We have to file papers with the Secretary of State and everything, so it's a very neat opportunity.
So for our listeners that know me, and if you listen to my very first podcast, which was my journey going into business, you can understand why I would be intrigued that this class actually exists here in our area. So Alex, can you tell us an example of a business that you went to visit lately that kind of intrigued you, and what about it was really interesting?
Well, we toured Relco, and I thought that was really interesting because he started out with a physics degree and then ended up at Ridgewater for 2 years for welding and now owns Relco, which is the 4th largest
dairy processing welding company. So
they're very successful, and
they're very successful, and he told us that he travels about 34 weeks out of the year going to different countries and visiting his businesses and communicating with them for new business deals that he's always looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they told me that story a little earlier, and it was very interesting. And what the gals just did here, too, is cool because you can tell that both Emily and Alex are going through the same experiences in this class, but they're picking up on different things that intrigue them about each company that they go to. And so can you guys tell me, too, a little bit about the speakers that you guys have come in and maybe some of the things that you have learned from people coming to visit you in your classroom setting?
We've probably visited around 40 businesses, and we'll visit around 80 when the year is done. We have been to Novatech, Genio, Trow Nutrition, just all types of different business backgrounds. And we get to see kind of how they are run differently and what they use as their business models and what they do differently and why they do it differently. And it's just a really interesting experience learning from each business. We have learned all the way from how to file a tax report to we have done online business calls with leaders that were not able to meet with us, but they could meet via Skype. And so we've really learned any type of thing that most high schoolers will not learn in high school or college. So,
Very cool. So Alex, how many students are in this class?
there are 15 students from the 3 different schools, and me and Emily are the only girls.
Not a girl. Yes. So what do you think about that? I mean, how does that strike you that you're the only 2 girls? What do you think that tells you about maybe about what is being taught in schools today and everything?
Well, it's definitely more difficult being the only two girls in the class because all the boys are very open picture. They have new ideas every single day, and Alex and I are more detail oriented. And so we like to get an idea and then pick through it, decide the details of it. And then one of the boys brings up something else, and we're like, no, you have to stick to what we had planned originally. And so it's more difficult because most of the leaders that we meet with from the businesses are males. But today we were actually at the chamber audit meeting, and a lady caught us after the meeting and pretty much told us, we're in a male society male business society, I guess. And she said, and I am in a male role, but people have to learn to respect that. And sometimes the boys, we like to argue a little bit, but I mean, we're girls. We usually win, so.
So what you're saying is partly it's your two specific girls' personality, and then maybe on average the guys tend to be a little bit more. They're more. What would you say? They seek out more stuff, and they are always like changing their mind and going everywhere. And
Yes.
your two personalities is kind of like, okay, hold on a second, let's figure this out, let's plot it out, let's plan it. But it is interesting, isn't it? There's that whole big study going on in our society today on women in business, and but the reality is. We have all the tools and we have all the, resources and we can build a business that we can be passionate about just the same as anybody else. So, okay. So Alex, can you tell me a bit about what your business idea is when you have to do your whole business plan and everything? So tell me a little bit about what you are passionate about and what you're going to be planning.
Well, I'm really into fashion, so I was thinking a traveling boutique and going to people's houses, throwing little parties and selling clothing. Most people do jewelry or like Pampered Chef, but I was thinking more in like the clothing area. I just think that'd be really cool to go out and like throw little parties and get together with a bunch of women and
Yep. And we were chatting a bit earlier. That is, if you know my story, that's pretty much what I ended up doing at first, is finding a passion for scarves and then going and doing that very same thing. And in that way, it made it very easy for me to start a business, not have so much capital, up front, and kind of work my way and build a bigger business. So it's a good plan. I'd recommend it. I've had a lot of fun with it. So yeah. Okay, Emily, how about you?
I'm very interested in photography, and I recently saw that real estate photography is a lot of the time overlooked. And I've looked at the statistics, and a lot of people who are looking at moving to a new area or buying a new house tend to look online first. And seeing high quality pictures is very big for a real estate agent instead of just snapping pictures with their iPhone or Android. So seeing high quality pictures is a lot of the time what sells the house or gets the buyer interested at first. So
you're completely tapping into the fact that upcoming generations are very focused on going online for all their needs first. And you're seeing that there's an open spot and a need out there, and you think that you could fulfill that need while still using your passion to do it. Well, there you go. That's all you need to do. No matter what you choose to start a business in, if you've got the passion and you've got, you see an open market, you can step out and you can try it, right? So what do you think has been the biggest mind shift that you have had maybe in the past month or so? As far as, you come into this class, you have taken the same classes that, the majority of your peers have taken up to this point. This one is a little bit different. It's going to make you think in a little different way. So can you think of something where you thought, something before and you were kind of set in that mindset, and this class has kind of opened up a different idea to you? Emily?
Well, this class is just an excellent opportunity if you have ever thought of being your own boss, I guess. We have been to so many different businesses, each one offering something different and unique. So just being able to get out of the classroom and experience real life situations instead of sitting in a classroom and having the teacher preach at you, I guess. So learning from business leaders, learning from their success, but also learning from their failure and what made them to the point that where they are. And it's just very interesting. The first day of class, our teacher said, well, you guys are starting your own business. You have to contact probably 20 agencies and companies to see if they would like to advertise on your name badges that you will wear every day. And I mean, we just all looked around at each other. Well, what do we do now? I mean, and a kid pulled up Google, and that's kind of how we all got started. And we have name badges that we wear every day that has advertising on them. And so then that led up to the second half of the class. And the money that we raised from our name badges, then we are planning a 1920s themed dinner that will be held at the conference center on January 31st from 5 to 8 p.m. And that is technically a fundraiser for each kid in the class that the money raised at this event will go towards the 15 kids that we'll be able to start our own business from that. It's a fundraiser event, so we have flown in a speaker from Illinois, Craig Limbaugh. He's the founder of the class. So we have him speaking. It's a roast beef and chicken Kiev dinner. We have a silent auction. We have a photo booth, and it's just going to be a really fun night that we have got to plan everything for. So
nice. What are you looking forward to at the event, Alex? What do you think is going to be really cool? Maybe dressing up?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think it'll be really interesting to see how far we've gotten and how much work we put into it. And with the class, it's how much effort you want to put into what you're doing. Like, if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to. You can let the other kids, but then they're not going to, look to you and ask you to do things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it should be a good night, and we're really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm going to it. I'm already planning my 1920s outfit, and I'm also figuring out how I can let my husband know that he's coming with me to this because he just loves to dress up. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe he'll hear this, honey. We have a date. So that brings us to how you can win these 2 tickets. All you have to do is go to the Allie J Boutique Facebook page, share the podcast post that we have on there, and comment under the post with your email address so we can let you know if you are indeed the winner. So, Emily, tell us the details one more time.
It is Saturday, January 31st from 5 to 8 p.m., and it is at the Wilmer Conference Center. So
awesome. Okay, well, we were looking forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you both for being here with me today. I have found it very interesting, and I am excited to see where this class will take both of you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.